The death penalty's accomplice.
Dr. James Paul Grigson, known infamously as Dr. Death, was a forensic psychiatrist whose career was defined by his controversial testimony in capital murder trials, focusing on competency evaluations. These evaluations were meant to determine if individuals were mentally fit to stand trial. Grigson later used the information gathered in these assessments against the same defendants to condemn them to death.
So I think it's kind of unfair if the person is assessing you to see if you can aid in your own defense, and then that same person takes all your secrets after you've been convicted and tells the jury, based on
Yeah.
these things, I think he's really horrible. That should be two different people's jobs.
It's like confessing to your priest, and then the next day at Mass, he stands up and he's like, "Have I got some news for all of you?" Future dangerousness and the probability that a defendant would kill again became Grigson's primary area of expertise. In other cases, he never interviewed the defendants at all. Despite never examining, Grigson would testify with absolute certainty about their potential for future violence. His credentials and self-assuredness resonated with juries, falsely convincing them they were getting insight into some of the nation's most criminal minds.
He just goes on there and goes, 100% it's true. You would just believe him.
I think if you preface it with, "in my professional opinion," then
Yes.
you can get away with a lot. Juries were convinced and almost always voted to sentence the defendant to death. Grigson retired in 2003, with his testimony having contributed to the execution of more than 100 people.